Welcome to another JSWIFT tutorial. In this training session, we will be looking at the Jamaica Customs Agency's broker application for the renewal of broker license and also for new broker license applications. Now, there are a few steps that must be carried out prior to doing this application. The first step is that the applicant must receive user access. This is done through the individual registration process. The second step is that the company or business associated with this application must be registered. This is done using the Entity Chief Submit Entity Chief Request option from the user's dashboard. Now, once this application is completed and approved, then the applicant is able to go ahead and complete their license application. Now, to complete the license application, the applicant must first navigate through the dashboard, select the option License, New. Once the new application opens, the applicant must select the option Regime Type All. By selecting Regime Type All, the process type options will appear. Select the process type that applies to the application that you are currently doing. If you notice to the left, there are 3 page options available. As you select your process type, you will receive an additional item page to complete. If I select Body Corporate, then I will have that page to complete. If I select Broker Individual License, I will see that additional page. Now, let's look through the additional fields available. And for this example, we'll be doing an individual broker license application. The first step is to enter the TCC for the company that is tied to this application being made. To enter the TCC, you will need to enter the 8-digit TCC by numbers. Whatever the numbers are, you enter accordingly. Now, this TCC for the company. The next option is to select the process region. The process region for this application is Kingston. Now, the process region identifies the location of the government office that will be processing this application, and that is the Jamaica Customs Agency head office in Kingston. If you notice on the application form, there is some information or data that was auto-filled. Now, this information would have been pulled from your entity registration details, which is the information that you would have submitted when you registered your company. Now, please note that the information in gray cannot be edited. So whatever information you entered when you were registering your business, this information will appear. The next step is to enter the contact details, which would include the name of the person that is doing this application. Name, contact number, email. Now, please ensure that this is an email address that you can actually receive messages from, since as the application is being processed, the applicant will receive updates on the application via email. Now, let's go to the next page. Now, you can go to the next page by selecting the word next or by selecting the description of that page that you wish to be on. Let's go next. Currently, we are on the individual broker license details page as selected. Now, the first option is to identify if this application is for the current period or the next period. The period would identify the application year or the financial year or the year that describes the period under which a broker's application would be valid for. Now, this period runs from April 1 of the current year to the end of March for the next year. Now, if it is that the year has not yet begun, then your period would be the next year if you're applying for the next year. However, if you're doing the application within the existing financial year, then you would use the option current year. Now, this application that I'm doing, let's say, is for the upcoming financial year. So we select next year. The next step is to enter your personal TCC. And by default, your nationality is set at Jamaican. The next step is to enter your personal address. And finally, you enter your parish and country. Now, broker number. You enter your broker number. So if you have a provisional approval, you enter your broker number. Or if you're a return broker, then you would enter your broker number. Now, the next step is to identify the license that you are applying for. Is it a conditional license? Now, if it is a conditional license, then you check the conditional license box. Now, please note that there's a section that asks about employer. If the applicant, the services that you'll be offering as a broker is specific to a particular company, for example, I'm employed to ABC Company Limited and I'm their in-house broker. I will only be delivering services as a broker or performing the services of a broker for this specific company. Now, if that is your scenario, then you'd be required to enter your employer's details. You'll enter the TRN for the company that you are employed to, name of the company, address, and contact details. Now, if this scenario does not apply to you and your services are offered to any client and not specific to an employer, then you leave this section blank since it would not be applicable. So you complete based on your scenario. Let's go to our next page. On our next page, which is our attachment page, we're required to enter some information. Now, there's two sets of information based on this scenario that is mandatory. But please note that there may be additional information that you're required to provide. So before completing this application, please ensure that you contact the Jamaica Customs Agency to find out what supporting documents are to be submitted with this application. Now, in this video, we will show you how to upload these two documents as mandatory. On this page as well, we have the broker declaration form. If you're a new broker, you would select new, and the relevant form will appear for you to complete and sign. If you are new in your broker license, then you select renewal. Now, depending on what you select, you are required to complete the information and save that document, which is saved as a PDF, to be uploaded as a supporting document on this application. Now, let's go ahead. Attachment type, let's do proof of bond as our first attachment. Click supporting documents, upload that supporting document, click to attach. Now for each additional upload, now I have a copy of the declaration I did before. For each additional upload, you select add new attachment, select the description first, and then you upload. And you click to add. Now, if there are additional requirements, you click to add new attachment and continue the steps as indicated before. Now, the third column will identify all the supporting documents that you have uploaded. A good practice is to save your documents with the proper description so that you can upload them seamlessly. Let's go to our next step. Once you click next, the system will verify successfully if all the mandatory information is added and also if all your mandatory supporting documents have been uploaded. Click OK. The system will display your fees. Now please note that you can store the application if you are not ready to submit. However, a stored application is not a submission. You can only pay for an application that is submitted. Now, click Submit. Now, once you submit this application, you will receive the registration reference details. Now, for my example, it's 2023 LIC, which is a document type, which is license, and 68. Now, this reference will be used to identify your application throughout its life cycle. It will be used to pay for the application and also to make reference to your documents during the processing of this application. Now, thank you for watching. This is how you submit an individual custom broker application. Continue watching our next step, which is how to submit one for a body corporate. Thank you so much for watching. Let's move on to our next video.